The Champions League final was this weekend, and let's just say it was a pretty one-sided affair. 5-0, PSG were in control of the entire match. Inter Milan didn't even look like they wanted to play in it, weren't even putting up any sort of fight, and the night was pretty much over after the first half. But it had me thinking. Now, this is the biggest defeat in UCL final history. It was a blowout, it wasn't even close. But what other final games have been like that? Naturally, the first one that came to mind was Super Bowl 48, where from the opening play, Seattle dominated Denver. And then, of course, we have the 1994 Champions League final when Milan won 4-0 against Barca. And even though it's not a final, that iconic 2014 Brazil game where Germany beat them 7-1 on home soil. Even the 2014 NBA Finals, the Spurs only won in 5 games, yes, but they had a plus 70 point differential. They won by 17, 21, 19, and then 15 in Game 5. But despite this list of heroic winners and epic failures, PSG's win over Inter Milan has created a whole new blueprint. And part of them losing this badly is them running into the best team in Europe. They were the most athletic, they were the most skilled, and they were the most informed, and that clearly translated onto the pitch on Saturday. But the other part is that they did not show up to play. And when that happens, this is the result you get. The other thing worth mentioning that I didn't even plan to do is that both teams of the losing fan bases of the semifinal rounds are acting like sore losers. On one hand, you have Arsenal saying they should have been there based on expected goals, which is quite frankly an analytic that not very many people like or believe in. And then you have Barcelona fans who lost to Inter claiming that they would have put up a better fight. And while they have a point, they probably would have scored a goal, which is more than Inter. Barcelona's defense is Swiss cheese. Leading up to this game, Inter Milan's defense was the most resolute in all of Europe. I mean, they only trailed for 6 minutes straight. That's the longest they trailed for in a match. But unfortunately, they couldn't string together a performance worthy of being in the Champions League final. But all credit goes to PSG, and congratulations to them.